You and I were both having a hard time at home.
My family was very broken up. My mother hadn't been in my life since I was a little kid. So I lived with my father and my older brother. We had a secret, which is that my father had no money, and we were living in this community that was very well off with no money in a house that he could not afford
Yeah.
and eventually lost. We were kicked out of that house with no preparation for where we were going or what we were going to do. And that was by about 14. And for the next couple of years, I was bouncing around very generous, very lovely people who took me in with their families. And if I couldn't stay with them, I was sleeping in a car with my family and a dog and a cat and my brother and my dad. That family took me in. This kid I grew up with, he had gone to our school. They invited me to stay with them, and they said, hey, maybe we can get you into this school. And they did. And the school took me in too.
Here you were having this unusual experience going to a private school with this really challenging family background where you felt like, you didn't fit in. My father could afford to send me to Worcester and pay the full bill. It was a very complicated arrangement between him and my mother where he wasn't helping her and she was sleeping in her car and basically homeless. You and I were kids, each in our own way, going through difficult things that we weren't sharing with each other at the time, hoping no one would notice, not realizing that we knew someone that was going through something similar. I think that experience is far more common than a lot of people realize. The phrase we sometimes use is kind of comparing our insides to other people's outsides, where it sort of seems like everybody else kind of has it all figured out and we don't know what someone else is struggling with.
I really thought at the time, I'm like one of one. It's so shameful or it's so frightening that I just need to cover it up. Only a few people knew what was going on.